Have you ever harbored the desire to construct your own scientific calculator, a tool that can perform complex mathematical operations at the click of a button? Today, we're going to walk through the process of creating such a calculator right from scratch using C++ programming. First, fire up your favorite text editor or integrated development environment, and let's dive into the world of code. Begin by including the necessary headers: the IO stream header for input and output operations, and the cmath header for mathematical functions. The next step is to declare the main function. This function acts as the starting point for our program. Inside this function, we declare 4 variables: 2 float variables for the numbers to be entered by the user, 1 character variable for the operator, and 1 float variable to store the result. Now we'll prompt the user to input the first number, the operator, and the second number. We use sin to read the user's input. It's important to validate the operator entered by the user. If it's not among the ones we recognize, we need to display an error message. The next phase is to create a switch case statement. This statement allows us to perform different calculations based on the operator entered by the user. For each case, we perform the corresponding mathematical operation. For addition, we add the 2 numbers. For subtraction, we subtract the second number from the first. For multiplication, we multiply the 2 numbers. And for division, we divide the first number by the second. But what about scientific operations like square root, power, and trigonometric functions? For those, we include additional cases in our switch statement. We can use functions from the cmath header, like scart for square root, pw for power, sin for sine, cos for cosine, and tan for tangent. Once the calculation is done, we display the result using count. If the operator entered was invalid, we instead display an error message. In a nutshell, creating a scientific calculator in C++ involves setting up the environment, capturing user input, validating that input, and then performing mathematical operations based on that input. The cmath header provides us with a rich library of mathematical functions to perform complex operations. The applications of such a calculator are vast. It can serve as a handy tool for solving complex mathematical problems. It can be integrated into larger software systems in need of mathematical computations, and it can even be a stepping stone for budding programmers to understand the nuances of C++ programming. So, there you have it. Constructing a scientific calculator in C++ is not as daunting as it sounds. With a bit of patience and practice, you can create a tool that not only performs complex calculations, but also helps enhance your programming skills. So go ahead, give it a shot, and immerse yourself in the fascinating world of C++ programming.